Shalom, and welcome to the Lubavitch Model Matzah Bakery. Passover is coming. Everybody around the world is excited and getting ready for the biggest Jewish holiday of the year, one that everybody cares about and all the Jews around the world want to celebrate. So we're celebrating also, and we're celebrating here with some great kids, right? And we have a special guest, because we have somebody who's created an absolutely incredible model matzah bakery, which is taken all over the world to be able to show you and other Jewish children and families how matzah is made. This, of course, is shmura matzah. It's different than any other matzah you might have seen. If you haven't had it for Passover, you need to get it. It's the thing to have on your Passover Seder. And we're going to show all of these children here how to make matzah. So in order to do that, I want to introduce to you somebody who's been a guest on our show many times in the past, who always does wonderful work, hands-on Judaism at its best. Rabbi Michal Albuquerque of Tzivos Hashem Worldwide Organization. Thank you, Rabbi Albuquerque, for coming and being with us.
Thanks for having us.
Okay, and thank you, children, for being with us also. Okay, now, Rabbi Albuquerque, can you show us a little bit what we're going to be doing today?
Well, it's like this. Anytime we want to teach children something, we do it the Tzivos Hashem way. And Tzivos Hashem was founded by the Lubavitch Rebbe to teach kids all about Torah and mitzvahs, but in a fun way. And what do the kids want more than to have fun? And the best way to have fun is while you're learning something at the same time. Something that's useful, a craft, a skill, something you can put to use to do something real for the Jewish people.
Especially if you can eat it afterwards.
Especially eat that yummy, crunchy matzah. This is the best matzah around. And this is called shmur matzah. And the kids, you notice, this doesn't look like the regular kind of matzah you're used to, does it? No, you're used to seeing square matzahs, right? Well, we're going to make round matzahs today because shmura matzahs that are made by hand are always round. Now, there are shmur matzahs that are also made by machinists. Rabbi Telden obviously knows, and they're perfectly kosher. And anytime you buy matzah for Pesach, you have to make sure it says on it, kosher lePesach, which means it's kosher for Passover. And we have to be very careful that it stays that way. Now, to make shmur matzah, the difference between making regular matzah and shmur matzah is you really have to go to a model, not a model actually, to a real matzah bakery, like in Brooklyn and Williamsburg and Crown Heights, in Borough Park, and see how all these Jews are making matzahs with their hands and hurrying and rushing and trying to finish it all up very quickly. And the difference also is that we start this entire process all the way back from the time of reaping the wheat. Now, there are 11 different things that we do in order to make any kind of bread, or in this case, matzah. And the rabbi is careful about everything that goes on over there, starting from putting the seeds in the ground. First, he plants the seeds. These seeds are planted in the ground so that they can grow. These are wheat seeds. After that, we harvest the wheat. That takes quite a few months until the wheat is tall and yellow and certainly dry and ripe, and that's when it's harvested. Once it's harvested, it has to be threshed. And to thresh wheat takes a lot of work. In fact, they used to use animals to do this, and nowadays they use big combines. But you guys are going to get to do this by hand. And after that, we're going to go to the winnowing process. Now, after you take wheat out of the field, you notice there's a bunch of grass in there mixed up with stalks and things. Well, we got to get rid of all that, and the way we do that is by a process called winnowing. And you guys are going to get to do that by hand. Next, we pick out all the schmutz. Schmutz means little stones and things we don't want. We want to get rid of them. We pick them out. That's selecting. Once we've selected the best wheat grain and made sure that it's not wet and it's not cracked and it hasn't come into contact with water, because then it could become chametz. And we can't have chametz, this leavened substance of wheat flour and water together, is no good for us. We grind it all up. We grind it up until we're ready to get the very fine white flour, and that's done by sifting. We sift the wheat very, very well until we get the white flour, and that's when we go into making dough, as you all know, and then we put it in the oven to bake it. You guys ready to get some of this done? Let's start from the very beginning.
Let's begin.
The way we do it is, I need a helper. Let me have, Raina, can you help me with this part of the process? Hold this bowl in your hands. Everybody is going to get a chance to do this, and I want you all to watch carefully what I'm going to do. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to thresh wheat. Assume this has already been planted and grown and picked. You take the wheat stalk, you break off the stem. You drop it on the floor so you can keep the table a bit clean. You see these whiskers, like mine? But you want to get rid of these. These whiskers got to go. You pinch them at the very top of the wheat stalk. You break them by bending them back and forth. Make sure you don't get any splinters. And then you're ready to smush. Reina, you ready? Hold this bowl up. Now I want to be able to hear a pin drop. Everybody be very quiet because we're going to see if Reina can really do this job without doing any tricks. Shh. What was that noise? Reina, I told you to be quiet. I'm going to try it again, and this time I expect you to be very, very quiet. Let's try it again. You're going to get 3 of these to do, each one of you. Take off the stem, like I showed you before. Get rid of the whiskers, like that. And then smush it. Now, very quietly. Shh. Everybody tell them, did you hear something? Hey.
I think she's wearing bells.
Hey. Wait a second. Did you guys hear that? What's that noise? Seeds, wheat seeds, and that's the grain we want to use for making flour. Now what you do after this is, Reina, help me out, you smush the wheat very well once you broke it as best you could, threshed it, and you smush it real good, smush it, so all the seeds come out of all that hay. Now we're going to do like this. You take the bowl and you take a deep breath. And you ever get very hot chicken soup on Shabbos? And you have to blow it to cool it off a little bit? And you go, whoa, like that? That gets rid of all the hay. So you got to blow away all the hay.
It's snowing outside.
And once you've got all the hay blown away, then we're going to see, will it be this side of the table or this side of the table? They'll have the most wheat. Is everybody ready? Okay, everybody take 3 stalks of wheat and a white bowl like this, and you're going to try this yourselves. Make sure you don't lose a single grain of wheat, because every grain counts. We need every grain we can get to make as much flour as we can, and then we're going to have enough flour to make plenty of matzah, yummy matzah. Do them one at a time so that you can get them done nicely. First, break off the stem. Break off this. Oh, we got some real professionals here. Break off the stem like that and smush it up really, really well. Notice how the hay just breaks away, and all you have left in there is this very, very small, fine seeds, and those are wheat grain seeds. In fact, Rabbi Talden, you know, there's only one kind of plant that we can use to make matzah within the 18 minutes, because we don't know how long it takes for other kinds of grain to become chametz, to start leavening and bubbling up. But the wheat we do know. Once you guys have gotten all your wheat threshed in these bowls, let's blow away the hay. But make sure you don't blow away the seeds, because if you blow away the seeds, we're not going to have any flour to make.
Go on.
Let's go. Blow it out. Blow it away. Come on. Shake it up and blow it away. And when you're ready, put it right in here. There we go. Put it right in here. As soon as you're ready, put your flour.
Doing a great job,
Let's see which group is going to have the most stuff. Okay, let me have all your wheat, girls. Let me have all your wheat. Quickly, everybody put your wheat in here. That's all right. That's okay. We can just collect it all up. Quickly, quickly. Can you pour all this wheat into that grinder?
Okay.
And got all that wheat in there?
Okay.
Very good. Let's have this wheat also. Now these stones are wheat grinding stones. They're made out of a special kind of stone that grinds the wheat and turns it into flour. Now let me see. Aaron, you're pretty strong. Can you put a hand on this wheat grinder? You see that arrow? It tells you which way to go. Start turning that grinding stone. Can you help him out, please? And Mushi, can you turn this grindstone? Turn around. Let's see what's happening down in there. You see how as you turn, honey, help her out. As you turn, you see how the flour is coming out of the bottom. Kids, let's hold the table down so that the table doesn't walk around. You see that white stuff under there? That's not hay anymore, and that's not wheat seeds. The wheat seeds went inside that stone and grinded it up so that we have flour. In fact, when the Jews came out of Egypt, this is exactly what they used to do. Let's keep turning.
Get a night job doing this?
Well, I tried, but you know, it takes a long time to make enough for the matzahs like this way.
All right.
Very good. All right, excellent. Now let's take all that flour and sweep it inside of these bowls.
There you go.
And let's have all that flour go into the bowls. You have a bowl there. Make sure you get every little bit, because, like I said before, we need as much flour as we can get. Don't leave anything behind. Sweep it all in there.
Right over here in the back.
Sure, we got plenty over here. You guys did a good job. You guys, I guess you can't wait to taste the fruits of your labors. Let's shake it up real good. After that, can I have you hold this, please? And could you hold the other side? What we're going to do now is we're going to take this flour you guys just made, and we're going to sift it. Rani and Khani, can you hold the sifter? Mushki, go ahead and pour all that into the sifter, and put the bowl hold this up high so we can see what's happening. Honey, hold on to the sifter.
Right now.
And Reina, and let's put this in here like that. And you hold the bowl. And ready, set, go. Shake it, shake it, shake it. Come on, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. See what's happening now? On the top, we're being left with just what's called subin. This is like a wheat bran that you can use for cereal, but you don't want it in your matzah or in your bread. Whereas the stuff that's coming out on the bottom is very fine flour. Let's see what you guys did. Good. Well, see that stuff there? That's real flour. You guys made it yourselves right out of the wheat that we have from the field. So let's take this flour and go over to the mixing area and get ready to mix it with flour and water and make some dough to make some matzah. You guys ready?
Good. Let's go on to the next stage. Okay. Second stage of making matzah in our Matzah bakery. And Rabbi Albuquerque's going to teach us about the next step, what we're going to do with all that wheat that we just grind up. Rabbi Albuquerque, what are we doing here?
Everything is ready now. Everything has to be done very quickly from here on out, boys and girls, because what we've got now is Ronnie has our flour. And we're going to add a little bit more flour to that so that we can start mixing it. Now, we're going to have to mix the flour, roll the dough, hold the dough, and bake the dough in less than 18 minutes. And so, are we ready? Is the flour girl ready? Ronnie, you're set. And is the water boy ready? What's the matter, Ronnie? There's no water in there. Oh, I forgot. We have to use a special kind of water for the matzah. It's called mayim shelanu. It's a special kind of water that's taken from a deep well, underground well, where everything's pure and clean. So do me a favor. Go over there to that well. There's a well right over here. There's water in there. Just let's get some water out of the well. It's nice and cool. Usually this water is left to sit overnight so that the bubbles from the underground pressure goes away, and eventually it's ready to be made into flour. Let's go. Ronnie? Flour. 1, 2, 3. Fill up that pot, and you see these booths are separated so that water and flour don't come in contact even accidentally. Just dump it right into that mixing bowl. Excellent.
Good job.
There's a lot of flour in there.
All
Okay,
right.
Let's move the mixing bowl right over here to where
job,
the
Ronnie.
water is coming from. Right to that window. Let's go. 1, Mendel. We need the time. 18 minutes. Let's set the timer. Set. Go. Pour that water. There you go. Now, you two girls, Chana and Chana, start mixing. Mix, mix, mix. Come on. Mix it real good.
Let's go, girls.
Mix it quickly. We got less than 18 minutes. Oh, no, the head. Come on, come on.
Oh, we're
Go
in a
ahead, go
rush.
ahead.
Don't
Keep
worry about
mixing,
the head.
Mix, mix, mix. Yeah, it gets pretty messy over here. Come on, mix faster, faster. While these kids are mixing, I want to tell you what we're going to do next. What we're going to do next is you're each going to get a piece of dough about the size of a matzah ball, I guess. You'll take that matzah ball and you'll roll it into a ball. After you roll it into a ball, you'll smush it into a hockey puck so it's nice and flat. Then you'll take a rolling pin. All of you will get a rolling pin. See this rolling pin? You'll use it to roll the dough very thin and flat. And once you've done that, you'll use this hole maker to put lots of holes in the matzah so that the matzah doesn't rise. Everybody understand what to do now? Okay, let's go and go to the rolling tables.
Okay. Well, the race is on. We have only 18 minutes from the time that the water touched the flour to make sure that everything gets out. And Rabbi Albuquerque, I'm getting nervous.
Yeah, we got to really move fast.
Come
Now, everybody
on.
take some dough, and here's a rolling pin. Make your ball into a hockey puck and start rolling it. Let's give everybody a rolling pin. Start roll,
Let's
roll.
go,
Come on,
everybody.
everybody. Mendel, what's the song we sing in this?
Roll,
Roll your dough.
Make it
Round and round. Yeah, make it round, round. Make it flat, flat, really flat and thin so that it bakes very quickly and doesn't rise. Everybody roll. There you go. Come on, really quick, really quick. That's it. Let's go, let's go. There you go, there you go. As soon as you guys have got your matzah nice and round, I'm looking for round matzahs, then we're going to give you those hole makers I told you about to make them full of holes. Quickly, everybody, quickly. Remember the Jews were in a rush to get out of Egypt? That's why they didn't have a chance to
great.
make food. Come on, quickly, everyone. Let's go. Move, move, move. Who's got a matzah ready to go? Who's got a matzah ready to pull holes into? Anybody's got some
Alexander,
excellent. Ray needs a whatever. That's it. Now
Okay,
put
great.
some real small holes in there.
Everybody singing.
Roll, roll, roll your dough gently on the table.
Hide it flat, make lots of holes. I don't hear you.
Really bear down on there. Bear down. There you go. Watch those fingers.
I think everybody's concentrating. on what they're
Everybody's
doing.
got to get this
It's a very
work done as
complicated
fast as they
form.
can. We're running out of time, everybody. Let's go quickly, quickly. Once you've
Okay.
got your holes in your matzah, bring it
Look
right
at
over
that.
here
That
to the
looks like a real
to the
matzah
tape.
over there. That's a great
Reina,
job.
bring your matzah to the oven now.
Okay.
Quickly,
Bring your
both sides.
matzah. What's going on? Come on, everybody. Bring your matzah over. Let's go.
Bring
We're
your
getting-
matzahs
that's
over there
the-
quickly. Now hang
that's
it
the
right over
halfway
here.
mark.
Let's hang the
We're
matzahs
ready to
right
go. We
over
got to
here like
rush.
that.
Okay, guys. Looks good. Good, go on, take it over.
Let's have the
Come on.
matzahs quickly, everyone. Quickly,
Okay.
bring the matzahs to the holder man. He's putting
This is
lots
too
of
much.
holes in there. Yeah, go ahead and take it over there. Get the holes. Get your holes made with a professional hole maker. That's
Hey,
a hole
everybody.
maker that makes such small holes. We got to really move fast. This clock is really moving very, very quickly. Very quickly. Bring your stuff right over here. Get those matzahs in there. Come on, let's go. Watch it. This oven is very, very hot. No one should go behind the oven.
Okay, see how we put
Quickly.
it? We put the matzah on the, that's right, it goes right
Inside
into
the oven. All right.
Lay it down like that. Okay, and these matzah ovens are
There's
very
one
hot.
more. There's another one.
There's another one. We got 7 altogether. Good. It goes right
more
into the
matzah.
oven.
It's going to get really, really hot in there.
Okay.
All right. I think we got them all in.
Great.
Very good.
Okay.
All right.
Excellent.
Good. Close the oven so it stays
Oh,
hot.
I think we're
Excellent.
making progress, Rabbi Albuquerque.
We got 18
Okay.
minutes, huh?
How long does it stay in the oven?
Oh, it's going to have just about another minute, and that'll be ready. In the meantime, we can go look at the kaira, at the Seder plate, and learn all about what we're going to do at the Pesach Seder.
That sounds exciting. Okay, you ready? Everybody, let's walk over and we're going to see what's going on and what we're going to do the night of the Seder. Let's go. While we're waiting for this matzah, right now we're going to talk a little bit about the Passover Seder, which everybody's excited about and which Jewish children and their parents have been keeping for over 3,300 years. Can anybody count to 3,300? Not now. I don't think we have enough time for it, but that's a long, long time. I don't think there's any other people in the whole world who's been doing something like getting together like this for 3,300 years to celebrate a special event that happened to our ancestors. So each of you is very lucky to be able to have the opportunity to make a Passover Seder at your house. And now, Rabbi Albuquerque is going to make sure that we're all prepared for a Passover Seder. We know exactly what to do and what we're doing. Rabbi Albuquerque, can you
Well,
explain all of this to us?
We're just getting there. While the oven is really cooking up those matzahs very
can
quickly.
smell it.
Yeah, hopefully we don't burn any. That happens quite often. We want to talk a little bit about the Seder plate, which is going to be what's going to be on the table at the Seder. Are all your kids going to be able to say the Manishtana, the 4 questions that we ask at the Seder? All right, make sure you learn those and you don't fall asleep before you say them all. And in fact, make sure you're also going to be there for the 4 cups of wine. How many cups are you guys going to drink? 4. In fact, how would you guys like to have some nice, cool grape juice and practice reclining when you're dining right here before we start with the
We can say the
Haggadah?
blessing also.
Yeah.
How about
Yosef,
it,
can we
guys?
have some grape juice for all these wonderful kids that work so
They
hard?
deserve it.
Yeah, I bet. Everybody take a glass of wine. Let's just practice now. When you're going to have this at the Seder, you're going to be getting a full cup to the top. Your own
Thank you,
becher.
Aaron.
Aaron,
Here you
take
are.
one. And let's all say a bracha together.
Thank you.
Baruch
Baruch
atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Now remember to recline when you
Lean
drink the
over.
wine.
Everybody lean
To a little
over.
to the left, and you have to practice because it's so easy to forget. Drink it up. Bottoms up, everybody. Boy, was that ever good. Oh, boy, let's give it. Let's go. Let's everybody put your empty
back.
plates there. Let's get rid of those. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you dropped your hat there.
Okay.
That
We're
happens.
flipping our lids here.
Oh, yeah. Wow, that feels good. And after that, we're going to go and we're going to talk a lot about the different parts of the Seder. Now, you guys may not recognize some of these things because we have to, some of them have to be prepared. We have on the table here 4 cups to remind us of the 4 cups of wine, and we also have the special Pesach wine. You don't want a very strong wine for the Seder, and you kids want to have only grape juice, otherwise you won't be able to last. And underneath the plate, generally, we have 3 matzahs. You see those 3 matzahs there? 1, 2, 3. One is for Kohen, one is for Levi, and one is for Yisrael. Every Jew is included at the Seder. You know about the 4 sons, and even the 5th son who doesn't come to the Seder, we think about him because we want him to come also. And also we have different things on the table. We have on the table, hey, an egg. How many of you guys like to get to the egg? The egg is what you eat just before the meal, right? It's the yummiest thing. And the egg represents the idea of the Bet HaMikdash, the temple in Jerusalem. And that's something we always remember. We always want to go back to the land of Israel, to the city of Jerusalem to the
good.
Bet HaMikdash, and that's what that reminds us of. And this here is a chicken neck. Now, some people think the chicken neck is for the chicken soup, but some people use a chicken neck. For this part of the Seder, it's called the Zroa, and some people use a shank bone, and it represents the Korban Pesach, the special service that was done at the Bet HaMikdash in the temple in Jerusalem. We can't do that nowadays until the Bet HaMikdash gets rebuilt. What are these nuts and apples for? We eat nuts and apples at the Seder? Not usually. What we usually have is we take the nuts and grind them up, and we mix them with the apple, and what do we get? Charoset. And that represents the mortar and bricks that the Jews had to build in the land of Egypt when things were so bitter. And they were so bitter, in fact, that we eat some very bitter herbs. What are those called? Yes? Maror. We eat maror, and it makes us cry. Why do we eat maror? Why do we need to cry? Because it's bitter. And when God sees that we feel bitter and we feel sad, Hashem has pity on us, He has mercy on us, and makes sure that we'll have a great, great year, and maybe even bring Mashiach with the cup that we pour for Eliyahu Hanavi. Do we drink this cup ourselves? No. We pour this cup so that we can have it ready when Eliyahu Hanavi will come, Elijah the prophet will come and announce that it's time for all Jews in the whole world to go back to the land of Israel, to the city of Yerushalayim, and to serve God all together. And that'll be the times of Mashiach. And this is something we hope for and we wish for, and it should happen right away. And also we dip a piece of onion. Some people use parsley, and they dip it in salt water. And that's because of the tears of the Jews who were so sad in Egypt, working so hard for the Egyptians. Even today, in a sense, we're not free to do everything we want to do as the Jewish nation. And that's why, until today, we remember to eat all these things that remind us of these very, very important topics. I wonder if the matzahs are baked now. You guys want to get your own matzahs? Let's see. Mendel, how are the matzahs doing?
Boy, they're almost ready.
Are they ready?
We're getting there.
My, it's hot. Be careful, kids. You want to get your matzahs? Look, they're nice and brown now. You know what? The matzahs are so hot, I suggest you take off your hats and grab the matzahs with your hats so you don't burn your fingers, and then we'll wash and we'll eat some of those great matzahs. Rabbi Teldon, we need to tell the kids that these matzahs that they made were not under your supervision the whole time.
Right.
So, you know.
We're going to eat them before Passover. These are
Right.
matzahs. We beat the 18-minute deadline,
That's
and we're
right.
ready to start eating.
But when you go home, you'll each get one of these matzahs. This is a shmura matzah, full-size one you'll get to take home. And don't open this on the way home. Save it for the Seder so you can have it at your Seder and have the fanciest matzah at the Seder. And everybody will like to have a piece of it, and you'll get a taste of it. And you can even tell your parents to buy more. And Rabbi Teldon, I'm sure you'll be able to tell everyone how to get more
anybody who wants
matzah.
shmur matzah, and they're available in many of the local
They are the
supermarkets
most
also.
delicious, delicious matzahs. Kids, let's go over there and get our matzahs and see what they really taste like. Come around to Mendel, and he'll give you your matzahs.
Come on.
Come on. Open your hat. Very good. Very good. Come on.
Okay, great.
How is that matzah, kids? How many of you guys washed already? Did any of you guys wash? You want to try eating some of this matzah?
Okay, let's come back.
Everybody comes.
Come
Okay.
over here with the matzahs. Come right over here. Come back to where you were so that we can continue looking at the Seder plate and do what we need to do with this matzah, which is to eat it. How many of you guys washed already before
Okay,
for lunch?
let's have
Yeah,
some
some of you guys
eating
already.
goods.
Good. All right, well, let's see. Do we eat the matzah without reclining? No, we also have to recline when we eat matzah for the first matzah of the Seder and then for the korech, that sandwich,
come around
that
in the back
delicious
over here,
sandwich.
Aaron.
Everybody join us. Come on, everybody get
Roshna.
together. Whoever washed for lunch already, let's take a nice bite after we say the bracha. Baruch atah Ado Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Take a bite. Recline to your left. Now, our
Good. To your
Passover
left?
to your left. This is this way. Everybody see the
All right.
That's because it's easier to swallow that way. Mendel, did we make the time on time? Did the timer go off yet?
Just about.
And, look
okay.
at that. The matzahs got done
We beat the
just
deadline.
in time. How's that matzah, guys? Is it yummy? Is it delicious? Is it too hot? Rabbi Teldon, I think we made some great matzah.
All right, Rabbi Albuquerque, I want to thank you very much. And the kids, I want to tell you something. This matzah is so special. You know, it wasn't always easy for people to be able to eat matzah. Now there are matzah bakeries even in Russia that are under the supervision of the Russian government, under strict rabbinical supervision. There are matzah bakeries all over the world. But you were telling me a story before, Rabbi Albuquerque, about a place where it was very, very difficult to have these types of matzahs. And maybe you can tell that story so the children have a little bit of an appreciation of how difficult it is to have matzahs.
If we have time, I'll be happy to tell the story.
Okay.
If any of you guys remember, at times of the Holocaust, it was a very difficult time for Jews. It was a time when they killed so many Jews in Auschwitz. It was a concentration camp, and there was a Jew that went and built himself a little oven in the corner of the barracks. And in that barracks, he took a bunch of bricks and some wood and started making matzah. And when people found out, they came to him and they said, "Could we have some of your matzah?" And the man says, "Well, I can give everybody a little bit." But when a very big special rabbi came and he says, "Could I also have a whole matzah?" So the man says, "Well, but this is so precious, I can only bake but a little bit." So the rabbi says, "But I will only take if I can have a whole one." So he gave him a whole matzah. And then the rabbi says, "You know what? No, I'm not happy with that. I want 2 whole matzahs." 2 whole matzahs? I don't have, you know what it would have took to bake the matzahs here? "I won't take any unless you give me 2 whole matzahs," said the man. "Okay, fine, I'll give you 2 matzahs." And he gave the man, the rabbi, 2 whole matzahs. After that, the man gave away matzahs to every person who came and asked for it because it was almost Passover. At the very last moment, just before the Seder began, the son of the big rabbi came back to this man who had baked the matzahs. He says, "Do you have any more matzah?" And the man says, "Don't ask me for any more matzah. I gave it all away. I don't even have any more matzah for myself." So then the son of the rabbi says, pulled out a whole matzah. He says, "My father saved this for you. Here's your matzah for the Seder." So we must always be sure to invite our guests and our friends to our Seder and share the holiday with everyone.
All right, great. Rabbi Albuquerque, thank you very much. In the meantime, I just want to remind everybody and all of our audience that whenever you need any help for Passover, please be sure to call the Chabad house closest to you, or just call up the number at the end of this tape if you're interested in finding out more about Passover, joining us for a Passover Seder. If you need any type of help in preparation for the Seder, just call and we will help you with whatever we can. In addition, if any of the temples or any synagogues, any Jewish centers want to have this type of matzah bakery available to them, they can just get in touch with Rabbi Albuquerque directly and call him in his office in Brooklyn. Rabbi Albuquerque, what's your number there?
718-467-6630.
Okay, that's 718-467-6630. Ask for Rabbi Albuquerque, and we'll be happy to get on the phone and let you know about bringing this matzah bakery out to you so that your children can participate in this bakery. In the meantime, also, if you need to sell your chametz, because of course it's very important before Passover to check your whole house and make sure that all the chametz is cleared out, right, children? Who remembers cleaning their house before Passover, right? Did your parents keep you busy? Right. And they have to do a lot of things in order to be able to make sure that we're all ready for Passover. So what we do is we sell our chametz before Passover, but it has to be with a rabbi, so you can call us, and we'll make sure that your chametz is sold properly. Meantime, take care, everybody. We'll see you next year, or next week at the Jewish Spotlight, but not next year in Jerusalem. Hopefully it'll be very, very soon in Jerusalem. So take care, everybody. Wave goodbye. This year in Jerusalem, before even Passover comes, we should be in Jerusalem with Mashiach.
Amen.
Goodbye, everybody. L'shana haba.
B'Yerushalayim l'shana haba. B'Yerushalayim l'shana haba. B'Yerushalayim.
Shan, shan, shan. B'Yerushalayim. Hallelujah. Okay.